Well, A Fraction of the Whole is a difficult book to describe, and just because I wrote it doesn't make the task any easier. But it's a story of a young man whose father is Australia's most despised man and whose uncle is Australia's most adored man. And it's a comic family tragedy about criminals, independent thought, strip clubs, and features a misanthropic, death-obsessed philosopher who has thought himself into a corner. The original inspiration for the book, I wanted to explore those characters in Australian society, usually white-collar criminals, who find themselves despised by 20 million people, crucified in the press, and whose purpose seems to be to unify the nation in hatred. And I was wondering how it must be for the family of those people, especially the children, and how they survive that. A Fraction of the Whole is the first book published, but the first book I wrote was when I was 12 years old. And the book was unfortunately very similar in plot to the movie Bruce Almighty, which was very embarrassing, but it was except with a 12-year-old protagonist who gets to be God for the day. Then 10 years later I wrote another book. The plot and themes of that book are sort of too grim to repeat, but fortunately neither book survive in any form. Well, when I started writing the book, I just hoped that I would finish it. And when I finished the book, I sort of just hoped that it would get published. And when I got published, I hoped somebody would read it. I certainly didn't imagine the Man Booker Prize while I was writing it. And I think you'd have to be more than a little insane to sit down in front of a blank piece of paper and think, Booker, here I come. For me, writing is a process of evolution, especially over a period of 5 years. And it's a process of discovery. This novel didn't begin as a novel, it began as a short story, which I expanded. I thought I could expand it to a slightly larger story and sort of kept expanding it, and 5 years and 700 pages later, I finished.